Hello guys, I am going to teach you a part of chemistry which is called bonding. What do you mean by bonding? Bonding signifies when two elements combines to form a bonding structure in between them so that their atoms cannot be easily disintegrated from one another. Bonding is generally of two types: ionic bonding, which is also called electrovalent bonding, and covalent bonding. I want to tell you a simple story. Assume two boys are present. First boy has 101 rupees in his pocket, and the second one has 99 rupees in his pocket. Both wants 100 rupees note. If they can share 1 rupees from first friend to second, that means if first friend donates 1 rupees to other friend, then both becomes rupees 100. If these type of nature exhibit in between two elements, the bonding between them is called ionic bonding or electrovalent bonding. But on the other hand, if both the students have 99 rupees in their pocket and each wants to be rupees 100, then it can only be possible in a manner that both will take 98 rupees in his pocket and 1 rupees is placed in front of each other. These 2 rupees which is placed in front of each other will share both. That means inside their pocket there is 98 rupees and in front of them 2 rupees. First we'll assume that 98 plus 2, that is 100 rupees, and the second will assume the same thing. That means each behaves like a neutral, that is rupees 100 each. The same behavior if taking place inside a molecule, then the bonding in between the atoms in that molecule is called covalent bonding. What is the basic difference between electrovalent bonding and covalent bonding? Electrovalent bonding exhibit between a metal and a non-metal. On the other hand, a covalent bonding exhibit between two nonmetals only. Why this happens? Since metals have either 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their outermost shell, and to obtain their octet structure, each atom wants to lose their electrons. On the other hand, a non-metal have always deficit of electrons. They have 4, 5, 6 or 7 electrons in their outermost shell, and hence each non-metal wants to gain electrons from any other element. If a non-metal and a metal comes closer to each other, then metal will lose electrons to obtain their octet structure. On the other hand, non-metal will gain electron to obtain the same octet structure. In doing so, metals donate electrons and non-metals receive electrons, and in this situation a bonding is formed in between them, and this kind of bonding is called electrovalent bonding. On the other hand, in case of two non-metals, each have deficit of electrons. Let us assume two non-metals have 1 electron deficit to obtain their octet structure. So each will share 1 electron with each other to gain that octet structure. In doing so, 1 electron is sharing between these two, and this makes a different kind of bonding called covalent bonding. Let us take an example. In NaCl, sodium is a metal. The electronic configuration of sodium is 281. That means it contains 1 electron on its outermost shell. It always have tendency to lose 1 electron. On the other hand, chlorine is a nonmetal because its electronic configuration is 287. That means it has 7 electrons in its outermost shell and it always wants to gain one more electron. That one electron can be available from sodium. In this way, sodium transfer one electron to chlorine and they come to closer to each other and forming a bond called electrovalent bond. On the other hand, in O2 molecule, the electronic configuration of O is 2 and 6. That means they need 2 more electrons to gain their octet structure. In doing so, 2 O atoms come closer to each other. The last shell, which contains 6 electrons, 2 electrons are shared in between them. Due to the sharing of these 2 electrons, both acquires 8 in its outermost shell and hence O2 molecule is formed, and this O2 molecule is formed due to the covalent bonding in between them. Now let us assume what is the basic difference between electrovalent bonding and covalent bonding. In electrovalent bonding, metals and nonmetals always combines. In covalent bonding, both elements should be nonmetals. The melting point and boiling point of electrovalent compounds are always high. On the other hand, the melting point and boiling point of covalent compounds are always low compared to electrovalent compounds. Electrovalent compounds are generally good conductors of heat and electricity. On the other hand, covalent compounds are generally bad conductors of heat and electricity. Electrovalent compounds, they have no true bonding in between the 2 atoms forming the molecules. But in case of covalent compounds, they have true bonding in between them, and that bonding can be shown in the structural formula. We can also say that electrovalent compounds are generally soluble in water, covalent compounds are generally insoluble in water. Generally word is indicated so because some exceptional cases are also present there. Some peculiar properties like isomerism, catenation, these properties are seen only in covalent compounds but not in electrovalent compounds. In this way, we can differentiate between electrovalent and covalent compounds. Now, in the second phase, we will discuss how to prove that a compound is electrovalent or covalent. But it will be discussed in the second part of this video. Thank you.